This is VNN Canada, and we have some breaking news for you. The swearing-in ceremony of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's new cabinet is underway. It includes 7 rookie ministers, 2 of whom are elected for the first time, which is this year, 2019, and more than a dozen current ministers who are taking on new portfolios. The majority of the 36-member cabinet are MPs from Ontario and Quebec, 4 from British Columbia, 1 from Manitoba, and 1 each from the Atlantic provinces. Gender balance has been maintained. That was even the benchmark of Justin Trudeau in his first cabinet in 2015. The full lineup of the 29th federal ministry is being announced at a Rideau Hall swearing-in ceremony and is being overseen by Governor General Julie Payette. Chrystia Freeland, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Inter-Government Affairs. The new entrant is Anita Anand, who is the Minister of Public Service and Procurement. Navdeep Bains, Minister of Innovation, Science and Industry. Caroline Bennett, Minister of Crown Indigenous Relations. Marie-Claude Bebiot, Minister of Agriculture and Agri-Food. Bill Blair, Minister of Public Safety and Emergency Preparedness. Bardish Chaggar, Ministry of Diversity, Inclusion and Youth has been given to her. Francois Philippe Champagne, Minister of Foreign Affairs. Jean-Yves Declos, President of the Treasury Board. Mona Fortier, Minister of Middle Class, Prosperity and Associate Minister of Finance. Mark Garneau, Minister of Transport. Karina Gould, Minister of International Development. Stephen Guilbault, Minister of Canadian Heritage. Patty Hajdu, Minister of Health. Ahmed Hussen remains the minister, but this time the ministry is of Families, Children and Social Development. Melanie Joly, Minister of Economic Development and Official Languages. Bernadette Jordan, Minister of Fisheries and Oceans and Canadian Coast Guard. David Lametti, Minister of Justice and Attorney General. Dominic Leblanc, President of the Queen's Privy Council of Canada. Diane Lebouthillier, Minister of National Revenue. Lawrence McAuley, Minister of Veterans Affairs and Associate Minister of National Defence. Catherine McKenna, Minister of Infrastructure and Communities. Marco Mediciano, Minister of Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship. Mark Miller, Minister of Indigenous Services. Mariam Monsef also remains a minister, Minister for Women and Gender Equality and Minister of Rural Economic Development. Bill Morneau will once again the Minister of Finance. Joyce Murray, Minister of Digital Government. Mary Nig, Minister of Small Business, Export Promotion and International Trade. Seamus O'Regan, Minister of Natural Resources. Carla Coulds-True, Minister of Employment, Workforce Development and Accessibility. Pablo Rodriguez, Leader of the Government in the House of Commons and Quebec Lieutenant. Harjit Sajjan, he will be Minister of National Defence. Deb Schult, Minister of Seniors. Philomena Tassi, Minister of Labour. Dan Wendell, Minister of Northern Affairs. Jonathan Wilkinson, Minister of Environment and Climate Change. Anand and Guilbault are the 2 newcomers to cabinet who were elected for the first time on October 24th this year. Navdeep Bains' title now also includes industry, and Mary Nig is adding on the responsibility of international trade, and Mariam Monsef takes on the rural economic development role as well. Bill Blair will be in charge of preparing for threats related to climate-related emergencies, but McKenna's role will also have an environmental focus when it comes to public transport and green infrastructure. Trudeau is no longer the Minister for Youth. That's been given to Chaggar along with another role. There is also no longer a Minister for Democratic Institutions. Murray's position is focused on the digital strategy of the federal government, and Fortiers, which is situated under Morneau in Finance Ministry, concentrates on the central election issue of affordability. Led by Rodriguez, Christy Duncan will take on the role as Deputy House Leader. Mark Holland will stay on as Chief Government Whip. Jeanette Pettit-Pass-Taylor is resuming the role of Deputy Government Whip, and Kevin Lamoureux will continue as Parliamentary Secretary to the Government House Leader. Leblanc's new role will see him back in cabinet full-time after he stepped back for cancer treatment. His new job includes supporting the government's engagement with the Senate, and Manitoba MP Jim Carr, who was also in the cabinet but was being treated for a form of blood cancer, has been asked by the Trudeau government to serve as a special representative for the prairies. With the 43rd Parliament kicking off on December 5, the new ministers have 2 weeks to get briefed on their files and departmental responsibilities. And this is all from us. Keep watching VNN for more updates and breaking news.